So, you're learning English, but you want to sound British. Well, I've got 10 words that will make you sound just like a local. From Cockney rhyming slang to euphemisms for sex, we've got it all. So, if you're ready, let's get going. Number 1, Init. Init. Now you may have heard this word before. To me, this is quintessential modern British English. It's used as a contraction for isn't it? Isn't it? And that would be in the position of a question tag. So if I said to you, it's hot in here, isn't it? Well, I can replace the isn't it with innit. So I would say, it's hot in here, innit. And this is definitely informal British English. And it's actually used in more situations than just isn't it. These days, people use it interchangeably with any question tag. So instead of you like chocolate, don't you? They would say you like chocolate innit. So innit can replace any question tag. You like chocolate innit? Yeah, me too. Yeah, love it, mate. It's the best. Dairy milk? It's crazy good. Yeah. Galaxy, you like Galaxy as well? Right. Yeah, I like it as well. What about the flakes? You like flakes, innit? Yeah, me too. Yeah, flakes are great. Yeah, crumbly chocolate. Yeah, I love it. Now it's much maligned. A lot of people criticize Init as being lazy. I see it as being quite clever because you are just replacing a bit of difficult grammar. You don't need to think about what auxiliary it is. Did you, are you, were you? Forget all about that. Just use Init. So I see it as being quite effective. When you are trying to communicate with someone, you want to do it quickly and without too much difficulty. So Init helps you to do that. Now it's not for everyone. You don't need to use it. But if you come to Britain or if you're in Britain, you'll hear a lot of young speakers particularly use Init. And I use it in my spoken English. Not all the time, but when I'm speaking in a more informal setting, yeah, I'll say Init. Number 2, buzzing. This is an adjective that means excited. So I hear this on reality TV shows when footballers are being interviewed. They'll say buzzing. Yeah, I'm really buzzing about something. So if you're excited about something, then you'll say buzzing. Now, to be fair, all the lads are buzzing. We can't wait to play the cup final. For Villa to get to the cup final, it's amazing, you know. Synonyms of buzzing would be excited, I'm looking forward to, I can't wait to do something. But if you want to be informal, buzzing is perfect. Number 3, jolly. Jolly. Now we're using this as an adverb to mean very. It's similar to very or really. Now it is slightly old-fashioned, but people still do use it. So you might say, Mark is such a jolly nice chap, isn't he? Yes. Really good, a good sort, yeah. Now it does sound quite posh, and it's probably used more by older speakers of English rather than younger ones, but if you want to use it, go ahead. Number 4, how's your father? How's your father? Right, let me explain this one. In British English, we love using euphemisms. A euphemism is a phrase that we use to avoid directly referencing something. So for example, if I wanted to say the word toilet, I could say the little boy's room. Okay, so I'm avoiding the word toilet because maybe it's a bit taboo or a bit rude or we don't want to reference it directly. So I can use another phrase, the little boy's room. Now we have lots of euphemisms for sex. Rumpy pumpy, to get your end away. And also, how's your father? Right, so I took her out. Took her back home, bit of how's your father, you know, and then we watched Love Actually and had Domino's pizza. Now we're a cracking night. In fact, what I'd love to know is, do you have the same kind of phrases in your language? Do you use euphemisms to talk about sex? Let me know in the comments below. This next one is so British. To use cheeky as an adjective to describe something that you do spontaneously, something enjoyable that you do spontaneously or without planning. So you might say, should we get a cheeky pint before we have to head back to the office? Come on, just a cheeky one, huh? Just a cheeky one. So this means that you haven't planned to go to the pub, you haven't planned to have a pint, but maybe in that moment you decide that you should go. Now in Britain we have lots of different dialects, words that are associated with certain regions of the country. So for example, you've got Nout, which would be from Yorkshire. You've got YI Man, which would be from Newcastle. You've got Gert Lush, which would be from Bristol. You've got Grockle, which would come from Devon. So all these words are associated with different parts of the country. So to sound really British, you might want to learn those different words. One that I want to look at particularly is from Scotland, canny, canny. Now canny means cannot, right? It's the pronunciation of cannot that you would hear so often if you go to Scotland. Hey, you canny great looking like that, right? It's not Halloween. It's not Halloween, right? What do you think you look like? Now, if you'd like to learn a whole range of vocabulary from different parts of Britain, you can get my book, A Really British Guide to English. The link is in the description below. It's available on Amazon on paperback and ebook. It has hundreds of British slang words and phrases, plus so much more. Now, a video all about British words would not be complete without words that mean very drunk, because that's a huge part of British culture, is going to the pub and getting drunk. Leathered, sozzled, plastered, there are so many. In fact, there's a whole section in my book, but the one I want to look at is trolleyed. Trolleyed. No guys, no, look, I was the most trolleyed. I know, no, don't you remember what I did? I was crazy. I was climbing on a bridge or something. Like, it was mad, right? I was the most trolleyed, definitely. Out of all of you. No, guys, come on, come on. If you said the word trolleyed, people would know you'd spent some time in Britain. Number 8 is another informal way to say very or really. Proper. This video is titled How to Sound Proper British. That could be replaced by really or very British. Now this is commonly used, particularly in the south of England. In the north of England, you'd probably hear the word dead. So the title of this video would be How to Sound Dead British. So both proper and dead are informal ways to say very or really. My birthday? Oh, I'm proper excited about my birthday. I'm gonna have a big party. Now in Britain, we love using creative phrases that look strange but actually have very specific meaning. So for example, to not give a monkeys about something, to not be your cup of tea, to be off your trolley. All these phrases, they look a bit weird, they sound a bit crazy, but they have specific meanings, and we love being playful with the language. The one that I want to use is to go tits up. I love this phrase. It means to go wrong. So if you have a plan or an intention and it goes tits up, it goes wrong. It's a disaster. Mate, the wedding's gone tits up. She don't want to marry me no more. You know what she said? She's fell in love with someone else. That's hard to hear. Now it is informal, and because of the word tit, it's a little bit rude maybe, but you know, if you're in an informal situation, perfectly fine to use and very, very British. And finally, for our last phrase, we're going to look at Cockney rhyming slang. This is a system of slang phrases used predominantly in London and the southeast of England. Essentially, it was a system of slang phrases used to communicate within the East End of London. And as the name suggests, they all rhyme. The one I'm going to teach you today is a pork pie. Pork pie. Now, pie rhymes with what word? Well, many words, but lie. A lie. So a pork pie is a lie. Now we've shortened pork pie down to porkies. So if you are telling porkies, you are telling lies. Hey, are you telling me porkies? Because I can see through you. Now even though Cockney rhyming slang originated in London and the southeast, some of it, like porkies, is used throughout the country. Now, should you use Cockney rhyming slang? Well, that's up to you. You can decide that. I would suggest that it's probably more useful just to know it in terms of receptive English, so being able to understand when other people use it. But if you want to use it as a bit of fun, why not? Alright guys, those are 10 words that will make you sound proper British. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, you can learn so many more fantastic slang phrases in my book, A Really British Guide to English. As always guys, if you want to use any of those words in an example sentence, then put it into the comments below. I'll come down, I'll check it out. Thank you so much for watching. This is Tom, the Chief Dreamer, saying goodbye.